Dre, you bring up a great point because some people, as they're going in any business, they encounter a similar situation in their field that you did, and instead of just focusing in on why they're doing this, which your reason to succeed was just so ingrained in you that you're like, you know what, screw it, let's just keep going. I just got screwed. Let's focus on the outcome at the end. Some people don't do that. They replay that moment over and over, but instead of it motivating them, it hurts them.
Yes, correct. That's right.
How how
I
did
don't know
you
how that's motivation. You're right. No, you're correct.
how did you
I,
shift for that, man? Because I think people listening in need to learn from that. How did you learn from? How did you decide to be like, you know what? It's okay. It happened. I'm gonna focus on what I want. How did you do that?
listen, as an entrepreneur, you have to be able. This is crazy, and I don't know. I didn't know. I used to play soccer back in the day, and sports is very, very important to any person doing business. Sports might be the most important thing in any businessman's career, any entrepreneur's career. They don't. You wouldn't even put it together of how is sports and business together. How does it even work? How do you even look at it? I'll tell you this. You have two parallel lines. You have a coach, you have a manager, you have a boss, you have the franchise owner. You go from the franchise owner down to the manager, general manager, down to the coach, down to the players. How is that any different from Netflix? How is it any different from Amazon? How is it any different from the American fucking government? It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's the same parallel. If the communication doesn't come down from the franchise owner to the manager to the coach to get the players to play well, how are they going to win? How are we all going to win? So
Mm-hmm.
I look at things with the sports mentality notion of if I have the right components in a team, I can win the championship. But guess what? I might win the championship this year and I might win next year. I'm not going to win it every year because the team has to be moved in places. No sports team is going to win the championship for the next 3, 4 years in a row because it's very competitive. And that's how business is. You have to look at this like, okay, this is where I am now. If I shift this and move this and I move that, maybe that will make the team better for the next year. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just that's the parallel focus of how I look at
Dude,
running a
that
company.
that is such a great analogy because again, I was reading about you and there was something I was like, there's this one point. I'm just gonna read this out because I said, this guy, you, is very inclusive. As he's the show, High Heel,
Oh
right?
wow.
All right, check this out.
Damn, you done some research.
Dude, well, I like to research the people I'm interviewing. You really are an exceptional person here. You included Post Malone and Tyga in the production. Say, hey, you guys want to be producers? Like, how is that not inclusive of the people you're working with? I'm like, dude, this is a different mindset. I love that because it
Every
shows that you want to develop these people and grow with them. Tell me about that.
That's what I want to do. I want us to all grow together. And if I'm going into another field or I'm going into like this is we're talking high heel is like the first ever production I ever did. This is like right now they're shopping it to all of the networks. High heel is basically the first for anyone at home. It's like basically the first TV I've ever done. It's like film and television. And I wanted to move into television and start making movies, Netflix series, Amazon's, whatever you call it, just the whole series of 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 how television is moving and how things are moving today. I know I could do it, but it's just like music. It's just like the same thing. Let me master that first. And then after that, I'm gonna master the rest or master more. And no one believes you, bro. Even though I've done what I've done with Post Malone, your Tigers, your this, no one believes you, bro.
That's
Like
true.
people are like, oh, okay, you're gonna do TV now. You're gonna make your own TV series. It sounds good, but actually doing it, yeah, it sounds good, but actually doing it. So I just have this very DIY, I call it. In the UK, we call it DIY, do it yourself. I have
Okay.
this very DIY thing about me in terms of like, okay, tell me, bet against me. I'll show you. So I started building this TV show and started putting the components and people around. I bought my own camera. Like, let's start this TV show, the pilot, the first, they won't even call it a pilot. Episode 1, season 1 is about 34 minutes. I bought my own Arri Alexa LF camera.
Dude.
I can't use it. No, I don't know how to use it. But I bought my own camera to film my own TV show. I bought the biggest and the best camera in Hollywood and said, you know what? Why am I going to pay a production company for my vision? Why am I going to pay someone else for my vision? I'm going to build my own production team. I'm going to put together all the people in place, and whoever I don't have will be working day for hire.